Hey, what's happening, guys? Look what we got here today. This is the Sloth 4 Degrees of Freedom Sloth Robot DIY kit for Arduino. This kit was sent out by Michael from Oklahoma. Mike, 2 thumbs up, buddy. So we're going to build it tonight. And instead of my usual look at all the parts and then do a quick build, I think we'll build it in real time and have story time. Everybody's running away now. Oh, don't run away. I can come up with a couple of good stories, I'm sure. Where should we start? How about the first time I ever got out of Toronto for a length of time. I mean, I've been out of the city before, but I went to the Navy, and boot camp was in San Diego, California, and I happened to have the good fortune of joining over Christmas. So it was like some part of beginning of December. I can't remember the exact date. Like December 5th to the 10th, somewhere in that range. We get there and we spend the first couple of days just kind of in a daze. Getting our first issue, stuff like that. But then things start to settle down a little bit and we get into a rhythm. And you have to start taking watches, or what they might call in other branches of the service, guard duty, stuff like that. So I had a fire watch on the dock, down in downtown San Diego, beautiful San Diego Bay in the background, from midnight to 4 a.m. So there I am in my dungarees with this crazy ass metal helmet on my head, a chrome metal helmet with a M14 that were, non-serviceable. And I'm walking up and down the dock, and I see this boat coming in from the distance, and I'm thinking, that's a pretty boat. Definitely not a Navy ship. It was a sailboat, and it had Christmas lights all over it. And as they get closer and closer, I can see the people partying on the deck and just having a good time. And there's a guy wearing a Santa hat and the beard, all that good stuff, except he's wearing shorts. And I just thought, well, that's just about one of the strangest things I think I'd ever seen. Coming from Toronto, Ohio, a town of maybe 5,000 people, to San Diego, which I'm not quite sure how many people live there, but a whole lot more than 5,000. Wow, these things are so tiny. I can hardly get a hold of them. Haven't lost any yet, though. So I got that going for me. That's really my only good boot camp story. Man, our company was huge. I couldn't tell you how many people were in it. I was 19. Most of the kids were 17 or 18. And we had one guy, this big guy from Miami, his name was Dolphins. He was 34 years old and was joining the Naval Reserves. He was a Miami PD. He had a tough time keeping up with the kids. A lot of PT. That's really all we did, PT and schoolwork. Okay, so now I gotta put in those little gold doodads. Okay, so we'll put the gold doodads in a minute, but here's my boot camp book. Recruit Training Command, San Diego. That's me. 19 years old. Alright, now we got to find the right screws, which I believe are these. And they go here. Then we'll put these on. So, after boot camp, depending on, what your job was going to be in the Navy, you either went to C school or A school, or some guys, I guess, went directly to the fleet. I went to C school, and my first C school was what they called BEE, Basic Electricity and Electronics. And I didn't get to go anywhere because it was right there on the same base, just in another part. Recruit Training Commander is huge. San Diego is definitely a Navy and Marine Corps town. Oh, I do have one other good story. Hold on. The company commanders love to, torch you, drop and give me 20, just, out of the blue for anything. And they had a special way to torch you if they really wanted to mess with you. It was called marching party. There's no marching involved, and it was no party. You know who else trains in San Diego? The SEALs on Coronado Island, right there in San Diego Bay. So yeah, if they really wanted to mess with you, well, you got to go to marching party. So I was always on my best behavior, because I did not want to go to marching party. But unfortunately, my birthday fell while I was at boot camp. So our company commander, let me see if I can find this picture, hold on. Oh, excuse me, Commander Spencer, or Petty Officer Spencer, one second, there we go, Machinist Mate First Class, Spencer. He found out it was my birthday, and as a special gift, sent me to marching party. So for about 2 hours, on a chilly day in San Diego, pardon me, I don't know why I got the hiccups all of a sudden, I got to go play on the beach with the SEALs. And I learned what get wet and sandy means. So yeah, boot camp was over, and we were off to our next stop of training. Like I said, mine was Basic Electricity and Electronics School. Oh, excuse me. And that was my first time being exposed to a oscilloscope. The Navy had Textronics. They were nice old analog scopes. Oh, excuse me. I had a bout of hiccups. I ended up in the hospital for 2 days. Not good with my heart condition. So, I'm going to go take a break. We'll come back to this tomorrow. Of course, for you guys, it'll just be a few seconds. Well, so far so good. We're getting there. Next stop, we need this piece here and a couple of servos, I think. Your standard 9-gram servos. Okay, so we got these little ears facing this way, and the servos are offset. And they are also facing like that. Mount them with M2x8. Here we go, M2x8. So yeah, basic electricity and electronics lasted about 3 months, I think. And it was a mostly, I don't want to call it self-taught. It was like a learn at your own pace kind of thing. There were instructors there, of course. But there was no, this is what we're going to learn in class today. It was more, they had modules. And, you went on to the next module when you were ready. So it worked out pretty well. I completed it in like 4 months, I think. 3.5, 4 months. I know you can't see there. These little tiny ass nuts, and then they're right behind these wires. Let me fix this. Yeah, those are just tiny. So anyway, after basic electricity and electronics school, it was off to Sonar school, which just happened to be in another part of the base there in San Diego. So I've been in the Navy for almost a year now, and I have yet to leave San Diego. But hey, why would you want to? One of the most beautiful places I've ever been. The temperature is mid 70 degrees all year long. Santa Ana winds come in at the end of December. Then might get a couple days of rain in January. Then you're right back to where you were. One of the things I really liked about living there was just the diversity of not only the climate, but the culture. Downtown San Diego was, Southern California, big city style living. And then you didn't have to go far out of town, where you ended up in rural agricultural areas. Lemons, oranges, avocados. I had a friend, cross-threaded, nuts. Nuts, get it? I had a friend who had some avocado and orange groves northern end of San Diego County, near Temecula, in a little dinky town called Rainbow, California. Yeah, that was a place. So anyway, Sonar school. Learned about sound waves, and we learned about the top secret computer system that we were going to use to identify naval vessels. We learned it was developed by scientists as a seismic program for detecting seismic events. Top secret. Hush, hush. Now, yeah, it's unclassified anymore. It's called the BQQ-10. Thousands of secret agents around the world went, oh! No. Yeah, they talk about it in movies now and everything else. Okay, so now we mate this part, which looks like the servo dingus is facing forward. With this. Okay. Anyway, got an automatic promotion for finishing Sonar school. Well, I got a promotion right out of boot camp from E1 to an E2, Seaman Recruit to Seaman Apprentice. But then, after Sonar school, I went from Seaman Apprentice, Petty Officer 3rd Class. Got my crow. And the reason for that was it was another incentive that I had signed up under. Because not only was I going to be a sonar technician, to be a sonar technician on a missile submarine. So it was time for sub school, and I finally got to leave Southern California. Again, it's winter now. Guess where sub school is? Groton, Connecticut. So yeah, that was a great place to go in the middle of winter. Yeah. So sub school, also known as BESS, B-E-S-S, Basic Enlisted Submarine School, comprised of like 4 different parts. There was firefighting, which is huge. I mean, firefighting is like the main number one thing you have to learn. And then the next number one thing you have to learn, which is damage control. So firefighting and damage control. Dive and drive. Everybody learns every job on the submarine, so you have to learn how to drive the submarine. And then the big fun one, escape. Which, as it turns out, is not so fun. Okay. Self-tapping screws to put the horns in. We were starting to run a little bit long last night. So it's a fresh new day, and I went ahead and assembled our feets. Just so we could pick up the pace and get moving. Next up, we just got to look at how to put these servos together here, where everything plugs in. Alright, so we need a couple of our little self-tapping servo screws. And then we get one of these here spacers. Perhaps I should just put the spacer up here. That's not really giving me much room to work with that spacer on there. Yeah, I guess they determined that that's enough room to work, so we'll try and do it that way. We were talking about submarine school, and one of the toughest things that you end up doing there is the submarine escape trainer. I forget how deep it is, 20 or 30 feet. Trust me, it's deep. And what you have to do is escape from a submarine that is either sinking or more likely imploding. And you're taught how to remain calm, how to expel your breath as you come up, because if you don't expel your breath as you come up, yeah, it's not going to be good for your lungs. This is really difficult to get in here. But you don't get to go to a submarine until you can pass that trainer. Now, by this point, the Navy had almost 18 months of training in me. Quite a bit of money. Like I said, 18 months, a lot of time. And it was about time to go out and meet the boat, which I did. But all this training, all this electronics training, all of the sonar training, until you earn what are called your dolphins, or the undersea warfare badge, you're nobody on a submarine. Nobody at all. Changing the order of operations here. It's a little backup. Yeah, anyway, until you earn your dolphins, you cannot even sit watch in your chosen field. I know that probably sounds harsh, but you need to know every system of that submarine. You need to know every single valve, what it does, what will happen if you turn this valve. Because you never know under what circumstances an officer is going to tell you to, go turn the number 16 ballast valve in the aft compartment. You better know which valve that is, because if you turn the wrong one, you could end up scuttling the boat. I think those are the wrong screws. That's my problem. So they'll give you, well, when I was in, they would give you up to a year to earn your dolphins. Could be entirely different now. Yep, there we go. Alright, let me fix that. Okay. No, that's a lot of black on black there. I don't know where I got all this green. Must be grease out of here for something. Anyway, what we were saying, they give you up to a year. It's going to be a interesting bit. I earned mine a little over 6 months. I don't remember precisely how long, but I can tell you I spent literally every free moment that I had working on it. That's what you do, because you are really not a member of that crew until you have your badge and you can stand watch. Oh, this is a pain in the butt. If I had just one more arm, we could get it all together. Oh, come on. close. And yet, no. Bah! Alright, I got the first one. Here we're going to try for the second one. Now, see, that one was no trouble at all. Then hopefully put our feet together. Then we're going to put one of these little dingers in here. Oh. Well, that's gone forever. Nothing is ever found off that carpet. Try again. Success. Alright, now I'll do the other leg. I won't make you watch. Alright, well, I think I've got the hardware done. Might have to make a couple adjustments. The feet don't look quite right. But that's it for now. This video is getting long enough. Next part, we will come back and we'll get it going. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the stories. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Big thanks to all the patrons. Big thanks to you for watching. That's it. I'm out. Peace.